Yeah.
It is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself.
So again, all I want to help me do is open up vocational school. Did you change the number? What did it say?
It's difficult to provide an exact number.
Okay, in 2022, how many black women was kidnapped? In 2022, do it that way.
97,000.
How much?
How many?
Over 97,000.
Damn.
That's a whole lot.
2023,
It stuck out on 2022.
2021. 90, all of us over 90,000.
Yeah.
90, 97, 94. A couple of times was 80 something. Over 1 million black women been kidnapped in the last 10 years. And MSNBC, CNN, Fox, not one damn news channel said one damn thing. I'm the only person I know in the state of the United States that speak about the black woman being kidnapped. Google it if you can find anybody else doing it. I ain't never heard nobody do it but me.
I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, I'm not even an American. I'm one of the 22 million black people who are the victims of Americanism.
What would reparations for slavery and Jim Crow look like in America 159 years after the promise of 40 acres and a mule was broken? Some activists point to potential models like the Civil Rights Act of 1988, which provided $20,000 and a presidential apology to Japanese Americans who were wrongfully interned during World War II, and the more than $90 billion that Germany has paid to survivors of Nazi persecution since 1945. In 1993, Florida provided $150,000 lump sum payments to the survivors of the Rosewood Massacre, a 1923 race riot in which state officials allowed a mob of white Floridians to burn a thriving black community to the ground. And last year, Evanston, Illinois made history by approving payments for $25,000 to survivors of city-sponsored housing discrimination. While most activists agree that it will take more than money to atone for and repair the complex harms of slavery and white supremacy, these efforts carry heavy symbolic weight for black communities and may help build momentum towards closing the racial wealth gap.
That I could stop and look back on things and just like stop moving, and when everything is kind of complete, I probably would cry.
Yeah, you're gonna break down.
Yeah, I probably would cry, but I'm just too busy like keep
Talk
going,
about
keep
that.
going.
So when you, at the end of the day, why would you cry? I don't understand.
I lost a lot of people from one way or another, from dumb shit or just lost shit, period. There's a lot of like obstacles I had to overcome. There's a lot of like people like going against you and hating on you and pulling you down, but you have to kind of like keep going. You
Right.
can't stop and like mourn or think about it. You have to keep on pushing because every day is a new obstacle. So you have to keep fighting, keep fighting, keep fighting. Like I said, people hating on you, tripping on you, and then businesses and business moves and having to overwork yourself and get to where you want to get to. But the day that you don't have to fight no more, and the day that everything is just like set and you just like, I did it, like I'm done, is the day that you go back and you think about and everything kind of catches back up with you. And you could just sit there and just think, like, yeah, I'll probably cry.
We declare our right on this earth to be a man, to be a human being, to be respected as a human being by any means necessary.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Johnny Bonner Show. And like my brother Willie D say, in this wild and crazy world we in. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, when you come to this show, what you know you'll get, and I don't know about no other show, but I really do, but I don't want to hurt nobody's feeling. But this show, you come to, you're going to get knowledge, wisdom, understanding, freedom, justice, equality that give you food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and joy. Let's try it again. Come on, let's rock with me. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. If you got that, you can win. Freedom, justice, equality. That's love. Food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and joy. This show will go all over the world, which is already, but we be syndicated. We will have a show on television like Wild Out and the rest of them in Atlanta and all that. And I guarantee you, millions of people, we're already at 29 million, me and Willie D and what we're doing here. So views and 1 million comments. So what I'm saying to you, me and Catherine just checked us tonight, but 4 weeks ago, we had 2,200,000 just on Facebook. What I'm saying to you, people want us to meet them where they at and bring them away from where they at and deal with them in a respectful manner and stop talking over their head and talk directly to them and stop acting like we better than them, because we ain't. We're not better than not one of them. Jesus told the woman, if you have not sinned, one of y'all have not sinned, cast the first stone. And in Revelation 12:9, it say the devil should deceive the whole world. The whole 196,940,000 square miles land-wide, 57,255,000 square miles water-wide, 139,685,000 square miles of water. So what I'm saying to you, 75% of your body's water. Our teachers not even made to eat meat. So we're talking about 7 billion people out of order with food. 7 billion plus. And the pharmacy is making trillions of dollars without sickness. CVS and Walgreens. This is a Ponzi scheme and a pyramid. And we play right into it. This government ain't for the people, by the people, for the people. How could they be? And this man running the Capitol on the 15th, on the 6th, 1,600 of them, then he come be the president and let him go with 34 felonies. How can somebody be the president of the United States of America and got 34 felonies? And had never showed his taxes. Now he's suing the government for $10 billion. And somebody say he's putting over $1 million a day in his pocket from the government right now. And they gave Elon Musk everything he wanted out the government after he spent almost $300 million to help him win the thing. And we understand that Project 2025 is full effect. I want y'all to hear me. I'm giving you what you need to be free. This ain't no makeup. Ain't nobody in front of me. Ain't nobody can buy me. You can't buy me. None of that's going to work. Because I know God is sufficient enough for me. And long as I speak truth, whatever I need, God is going to bring it. God's going to open the door. I was talking to my partner today, Queen Renee, the queen of Preview. And I told her, I said, look, man, doubt is death. We have to believe in God emphatically, no matter what's going on. We got to believe in God. And God said, if you believe in me emphatically, I'll open doors for you, boy and girl. So what I'm saying to y'all see how Donald Trump is getting away with this buffoonery and foolishness and trying to get the Epstein files and then started this war, this unjust war. And looked in there and seen them 100-some girls. They didn't know how many were, but they know it was a bunch of girls. And shot the bomb in there and they missed them. And the little girls run to the prayer room from 6 to 12 years old and they shot it in there and took their lives. Pressure. Pressure everywhere. Mind, manhood, system. Ladies and gentlemen, every Republican that won't speak truth, every mega that won't speak truth, if Stephen Smith is speaking the truth now, what y'all waiting on? Another lady used to be with him. I'm trying to remember her name, Miss Green, whatever her name is. She left him and she's speaking. Another guy just resigned that was, anybody, I'm not trying to hurt y'all feeling, but anybody follow Donald Trump, several things wrong. Number one, you need a psychosocial assessment and a dynamic. Okay? Because something wrong. Or you don't understand life. You'll follow him, but you won't follow God. When God said, I'm in the world, but I'm not of the world. I'm trying to make sense to y'all. Get away from this puppet, the puppeteer. Puppeteer controlling the puppet. We puppets and robots. Wake up, America. Wake up, Democrats. Wake up, Republicans. Y'all need to come together. Stop the war immediately. Too many casualties. All them children gone. That's a curse on the America government for them children. And you know them folks over there ain't gonna forget that. Because I wouldn't either. That's bad. And God ain't gonna forget it. It's not good, ladies and gentlemen. 27 psychiatrists said he's the most dangerous man in the world in that White House. Get him out, y'all. And get him out now. And save American citizens and taxpayers. Save the Constitution. If you don't, Republicans, you're going down. Y'all gonna lose so many seats. It's not, I don't care what you try to do, you're not gonna win. This man that took us down the wrong way. Like Stephen Smith said, now he's Jesus. Then lie and say he was a doctor. The outfit he had on was a Jesus outfit. And then I heard, I ain't seen this one, where he got Jesus hugging him. Wake up, America. You've been asleep. Wake up. Let's go catch him. Come on, Kat.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. Welcome to the Johnny Binder Show. Thank you for joining us this evening. Today, our subject is pressure everywhere, mind, manhood, and the system. April is National Stress Awareness Month. And we realize that on this show, that if anyone is stressed out, it is our brothers, right? Our Black brothers, and not to take away from anyone else's stress, but in this climate, in this day, you have to worry about the system working against my brothers. You have to worry about the police forces working against my brothers. And I know that it's always on your mind, most likely, when you're interacting with interacting with anybody. And where do you go? How do you feel? How do you handle it? So in the context that we talk about the politics of the world and all of that, we want to be mindful of everyone's mental health. So I have some segments that I'll be sharing with you throughout the show. I'm going to drop one before we get into our next story about, one of he's the lieutenant governor of Virginia, who unalived himself and his wife today. And of course, the minister will have a lot to say about that. But let me get into this first clip, and then we will jump right into our show.
Man, the weight of everything going on and how terrible it can be, and how much you have to live in fear with the pressure of the world already. I'm gonna tell you something. I attempted to take my own life, and I'm still here. So thank God. But if I was going to take my life, I didn't travel to I did it in the comfort of my own home. And all I'm saying is you have to be able to move into the minds of someone who's actually dealing with a mental illness. You ain't got to travel to the fucking woods to do so. You do it right where you stand if that's how it is. But, you know, it's a heavy case. Let's please keep an eye on it.
It's powerful that you acknowledge that you've had suicidal ideation in your life. I have had suicidal ideation moments in my life, and the place was a huge challenge. because I'm like, I feel comfortable at home. I can get access to the things at home. I can do, but my God, I could never have my children and my wife walk in and he's there, and then they have to. So I would have to leave the house, and then when it says like you have to leave the house to do it, well then then it becomes very, very complicated. And I don't think this case is about suicide at all. So let's keep an eye on this story as the months and years go on, because this is an important one that we have to keep an eye on this, at least for the families, to support them in that way.
Yeah, but hold on, Torre and Demetria. Thank both of you as Black men for being vulnerable enough to share that with us, because that is huge, and someone's going to hear that, and I hope that they are very inspired by your boldness and your courageousness to share theirs. So I got to say thank you, because brothers don't speak up on it enough. I'm in this field for 17, 18 years. I love you, brothers. I'm happy you did not go through with it. I'm happy that ideation did not turn into an actualization. And I'm so grateful that y'all share that with me. So seriously, I love y'all. Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, keep in mind, I'm sure you've seen this in your work, Dr. Bryant, that the suicidal intent is not like that person is suicidal and they'll just try and try and try. No, you have depression, and then you have moments of spike where you're like, I can't deal with it anymore. But if you can find a way to get through that day, then it goes down, and then you're back at your baseline of depression. And like, maybe you could if you can hang on, then you can get to a safer place emotionally and keep. Please talk to a professional like Dr. Bryant.
Don't
just rely on your friends. Don't just rely on the internet. Like, go talk to a professional who is trained to help you in those situations. There's hotlines. There's therapy professionals like Dr. Bryant and others that you can find. You could talk to somebody 5 minutes from now. So like, there's no excuse, right? And there's no more stigmas.
For living.
Lord have mercy.
Anxiety and depression. Me being shot, me witness people getting shot, and my mom getting brutally stabbed 17 times.
So I'm gonna pause it there, fam, and we can discuss it a little bit before we bring on the story, the unfortunate tragedy. Can you hear me okay? Of the lieutenant governor in Virginia. And welcome, Sister Delta, to the stage.
Hey, everybody. Peace and blessings. What's going on? How y'all doing?
We love you. We love you.
Thank you.
We love you. We love you. We love you and your husband.
Thank you. We love you guys back. It does feel like we haven't been here in a long time.
Tell them the name of your show. Tell them the name of your show.
I am Delta, and the name of my show is Let's Be Honest with Delta, where we do just that. We get honest. An unpopular opinion. We have a lot of fun over there. It's on the Black T3 on all digital platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. So yeah, come holler at us.
Please do. Please do. And before we get too deep in, I have been, let's give our disclaimer before we jump in. First, I want to start with, if you or someone you know is in distress, there is a U.S. National Crisis Line. You can call or text 988, and it'll connect you to the 988 Unaliving and Crisis Line. It's available 24/7. It is free. It is confidential. And even if you're dealing with someone that you think is headed in that headspace and you need to talk to somebody, call the hotline too. So that is where we are. And remember, everything we discuss on the show is for commentary purposes only. The clips that we play may, and our guests or whomever, may or may not reflect the views of the show. So we want to keep that in mind, that this is for information, entertainment, and commentary purposes only.
And that goes towards Let's Be Honest with Delta 2 on the Black T, because we are now live on the Black T3 on Facebook and YouTube as well. So that disclaimer goes for our platform.
Covering our bases. Yes. So, Minister, what did you think about what the young man had to say? The young men.
I'm like, the young lady with love and respect. For that young lady to speak with the wisdom she spoke and the way she thanked them, because most young men will never do that. They feel it's a sign of weakness to tell that something happened to you. So a lot of people, it's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength when you come on and tell people you thought about committing suicide, taking your life. And the young man said, if you can make it another day, if you can hold on to something. See, right there, I want to go right there. I want this to go platinum now. I need to put on Delta Show, all the shows. I need to go platinum now. I'm going to call Willie D. I'm going to call Candace. I needed to go platinum now because I want to teach right there. When you hold on to something, it ain't physical. It's spiritual. Because when Jacob wrestled with God, he held on to something and wouldn't let go spiritually. That was a metaphor. You got to hold on to God. You have a devil sitting on one shoulder and an angel on the other. Both suggest to you all the time. You must learn to be wise enough to recognize the voices and follow the angels. Come on this show where we can teach you how not to take your life. I've been on death row. I faced life with no parole. Who better can teach you? Who better? I've been on death row for killing an officer that I've never seen. Put me on a death row tank. 4-month trial, 9 lawyers, 300 witnesses, life with no parole. 40 years, 18 years for robbing a jewelry store. Arrested 41 times. They tried to take my mind, make me commit suicide. You can look at me, baby, tell, ain't no suicide on me because I'm with the God. So the man saying, Delta, you got to hold on to something. You got to hold on to God right there. You got to know a couple of scriptures, just a couple of scriptures. A couple. My people destroyed for the lack of knowledge. And God say, suffering the children, forbid them not, let them come unto me. If you're going to hurt one of them, you'd rather put a milestone around your neck and be thrown in this deepest sea. So God is telling the children, come to me. And tell the women, take your heavy burden and pass it to me. So when you give your heavy burden, your suicide potential of taking your life, God say, hand it to me. And if you hand it to me and take your hand off of Delta and believe in me emphatically, then I can help you. I ran a behavioral health clinic for 10 years. We gave people, psychologists, psychiatrists, and LPCs. LPCs is life professional counsel for $3,000.
Oh, wow.
Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I'm talking mental. I've never went this far to talk about mental, but tonight I'm giving it up. I need y'all to come on where I can help you. Never think about suicide again, because once you learn out who God is, once you learn out who God is, Nat Turner knew who God was. Denmark Vesey knew who God was. Gabriel Prosser, Harry Tubman, she knew who God was. The Underground Railroad. Rosa Parks wouldn't move. She knew who God was. The men in the back, move. You're going to get us in trouble. Come on, don't sit up there. Ida B. Well from the 1800s. Walked in. They was losing their life with swine flu or some kind of flu. North Carolina. The people didn't want to let off the train. She said, let me out, I'm getting out the window. They let out. She started walking toward the people in the village. The people said, Catherine and Delta, no, Ida, don't come. This disease, whatever it is, it was worse than COVID. We dropping dead, don't come. She kept walking. Her dad was already dead. The mama said, no, baby. She walked right in her mama's house. Went outside, told the whole village, clean up, clean your houses, spick and span, clean them, and let's pray. The third day, ladies and gentlemen, or the second day, I don't want to lie, I don't know if it's the second or third. This, whatever it was, whatever disease it was, I don't know how in the hell she done it. But I do know this in Delta. How to be well. And that's why they don't want nobody to talk about how to be well. Be connected to God and save the whole community. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have to take our life. 26% of young men, when the young lady quit them, Delta, they pull a piece out, shoot up, and then themselves.
Oh my
We
goodness.
have never had 26% of our young men ever in the history of time with this Xbox and grand old theft and with this crazy president bringing gas prices, food prices, everything, John Osteen, all this stuff is
going crazy out here.
It's
crazy.
It's too much pressure. So now domestic violence went up because of him. A lot of people ain't letting you can hold it. You and your husband
been violence on Trump. We blame.
Say it again, baby.
We blaming domestic violence on Trump.
Yeah, I'm blaming domestic violence. He took it to another level. See, when the president do stuff, it trickles down. That's why when Barack in there, it was very negative. All the domestic violence started going down. Murder started going down. Because it was at peace. And Barack was trying to get jobs and give women equal opportunity. Okay, he didn't bring reparation up, but he should have. And I don't agree with this, what else he did. I don't even bring that up. So again,
I can't get past it.
Yeah. What I'm trying to show you, my beloved, when the government at the top bring on every station, it's negativism. On every station, it's darkness, fights, lies. Blow them children up. 165 little girls shot the bomb in the school and they seen it. And then thousands of young girls have been left and molested and sex. And then
okay, we gotta watch it. We gotta watch.
An acid truck that degenerate the bones. So again, sister, it's so much negative stuff. People that don't know God, they can't handle it. And children are impressionable. And we're impressing the wrong thing on them. Instead of impressing God on them, we're impressing the devil. So again, Delta is at the top and it trickles down.
That's right.
We have to. We had it before he came. He just made it worse. He's a habitual liar. They see him lying. Talking about he wasn't playing Jesus. He was a doctor.
That is crazy. He got the white cloth. What do you call it? Sackcloth on with the red robe. He got the.
Yeah.
I mean, was that Epstein? He was putting the hands on. Was that him?
That's what it looked like. It looked like he was raising up Epstein.
What was them? What was going on in the background? Them things that all of that is signals of something. He's putting it in their face, like they have been doing for centuries. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. We're the ones that are the scripture that Dr. Jeremiah was just bringing up earlier. Our people lack because you don't know anything. You know nothing.
I thank you very much. Again, our people have to learn knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. It'll give them freedom, justice, and equality.
And what scripture is that? What scripture is that they go to? Is it in Hosea?
What about Hosea?
I'm saying, is that where the scripture comes from?
What I'm quoting?
Our people are lack of not. What is the scripture? Where is it?
It's in Proverbs. In Proverbs.
Okay.
Proverbs 3, Proverbs 4, 5. It's 31 Proverbs, one for every day. It say, your ways are not my ways. Your thoughts are not my thoughts. Don't lean on yours, lean on mine. He say, write it on your heart, write it on your heart, bind it around your neck. And that's why God is trying to tell us when it's heavy laden, he say, give all it to me. I think it's in Matthew. He said, give all your heavy laden. It is in Matthew. He said, give it all to me. And then take your hand off of it. That's where you want to take your life and get drunk and keep drinking and keep drinking because you're not strong enough. Just do this. So you drink yourself and eat yourself, and you get fat and bloated and high blood and kidney failure, and diabetes, heart disease, and you just do crazy stuff. Hookah pipe, just go crazy. So this is what America going through because the man at the top, they see the girl back up, they take her life. They see Alex Petty do nothing but help 2 women, they take his life on national TV. So now over 12 million Caucasian people, our children, was out there in the street marching and said, no king. There's so much darkness right now, my beloved. That's not good for mental health. It makes it worse. Did he start mental health? No, he didn't. But he's not helping it. It's trickling down from Donald Trump.
Yeah,
and
because people want to snap.
Anybody.
When you ain't got no money.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is a part of this.
It makes you want to.
Yeah, and I think it desensitizes people too, because everybody knows that he has some kind of mental issues, right? We don't know what his mental issues are. But
what Dr. Jeremiah always calling it, saying he need a psycho, what is it called?
A psycho assessment.
Yeah. That's what he needs.
He's already had it. They already know. I just don't like the way it's being portrayed in the public, because it desensitizes people to the fact that people need real help, because he's not getting any real help. They letting this nut run the country.
Yeah. And Dr. Jeremiah is right. It does trickle down. But I just feel like we have to blame ourselves also. The people are falling for the crowd.
He don't take all the blame. We was messed up before he got in the White House. So we're not arguing that. But when you got a president, that's why Jesus said, now let me help you. Jesus said, I'm in the world. I'm not of the world.
Hallelujah. Mm-hmm.
He said, our people destroyed why? For the lack of knowledge. Jesus said in John 16, he said, expedient for me to go away. I must go away to sit at the right hand of my Father, because he's seen this day coming where I can plead for you. Huh? They said, well, Jesus, if you leave us, he said, don't worry, I'm going to leave you a counselor. Huh? And he, not no spook, would do greater works than I. Not that I can't do it, but it ain't time. And somebody has done that greater work with millions of men coming all over the world. And no one can deny it. It's time for us to get out of Christians and Baptists and all these religiosity and become the one God, the one faith, the one baptism, and become brothers and sisters. And so I don't want to do to you what I wouldn't do to myself. I don't want to curse you. I don't want to disrespect you. So the mental stuff is from baggage. That's why people are so easy to be triggered. It's baggage. They done been hurt. Some woman done hurt them. Men take it worse than women. They be, oh, man, she left me, man. She left me for another dude, man. Huh? Man, I don't know what to do, man. I'm going to kill him. Man. What? You going to do what?
You going to unalive him.
You going to unalive him. You going to do what?
I don't know why. Because soon as he do it and he go to jail, she going to be laid up with somebody else the same week before he even gets sentenced. So why are you doing it, damn fool?
Number one, let me help you guys out there taking a firearm and discharging it to a female. Number one, that's suicide to yourself. That's God's woman. She don't belong to you, brother. And when you do that, you lust her. You don't love her. Love is not hurt. If you can't get along with her, go another room. If she puts you out the house, then go down the street, get you another one, and keep working and progressing where she can see you done change your life. And then if she train you back and put you on probation or give you a chance, And I know some of y'all think I'm being weak saying this, but it's the truth. And then if she say, baby, I still love you, but I just, we're not compatible no more. And what you did to me, every time I look at you, it triggered me. So let me get myself together and get me a psychosocial assessment and a dynamic. And you get yourself together. And the next woman you're with, just remember, don't do to them what you did to me. I will always love you, but I do not love your way. And I can't risk you coming back because I'm scared you trigger me and I wind up hurting you and taking your life. So please go. When it get that far, you got to separate. Agape love is saying, I love you, and whatever you want, go. If it ain't me, go. That's real love, Delta. You got to be strong enough to tell the woman, if it ain't me, and I've not done what I should do to make you proud of me or show that we are compatible, then it ain't your fault. Delta, it's my fault. And men, if you're going to be a man, most of us males, but when you're a man, you become the walking manifestation of God. But when you're a male, you do boy things. So when you take that firearm and discharge it and then discharge yourself, that's not love, ladies and gentlemen. That's crazy as hell, and that's lust. That's lust at its finest. Lust and love both start with an L, but one got a U-turn saying come back to the zero and be a hero. So that's what's going on, my beloved. Mental health is worse now than ever. And Donald Trump has a whole lot to do with it. And he knows it because he's mental health. 27 psychiatrists said he's the most dangerous man in the world in that White House. I told him he was an antichrist. Now everybody know it. I told him 5-6 years ago. So again, Delta, again, Catherine, we have to go study to show ourselves approved and get back a connection and a personal relationship with God so we won't never again think of taking our life. Thank you.
We definitely appreciate that word. And this is a great transition into the first video we'll be commenting on this evening. And this is former Virginia Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax and his wife were found unalive in a murdered, I don't even know what to do with that word. I hate this YouTube speak, but a mutual unaliving. Here we go.
Facebook.
Was this the live video? I thought this had.
We can't hear it.
They're not doing anything. They're just outside the house.
This has been an ongoing domestic
There you
dispute surrounding what seems to be a complicated or messy divorce. So, Drew.
And Chief, that was going to be my question. Can you elaborate on what the investigation has revealed about the status of their marriage? Of course, the kids are what everybody's thinking about, I think, too, in this as well.
So far, what we know is probably what you all know, and I don't think it's a secret that there's been a divorce proceedings that have been ongoing. From what I understand, in this early stage, former Lieutenant Governor Fairfax was recently served some paperwork associated with an upcoming court proceeding that apparently led to this incident last night. Both of their children, teenagers, the boys older than the girl, were in the house when it happened. So that's horrible news for the family. Certainly a traumatic event for those children to live through. But we know that it all kind of culminated last night when Justin Fairfax shot several times, killed his wife, ran to a different part of the home, and then killed himself with the same firearm.
I know you just got on scene, but from your briefing, what do you know about the scene inside? What is?
So it seems like, and I know I'm competing with some school buses here. It seems like the murder took place in the basement. It's described to me as a unfinished basement in the home. At some point after Justin shot and killed his wife, he runs upstairs in the home and into the primary bedroom apparently, and shoots and kills himself.
Have you had any previous domestic calls to this location?
So we checked on that. The question is, have we had any previous domestic or calls for service to this location? In January of this year, Mr. Fairfax calls the police and alleges that his wife assaulted him. We responded to that scene. There are several cameras set up inside the house. Apparently, Mrs. Fairfax, at some point during these divorce proceedings, set up a lot of cameras inside the home. We reviewed those cameras, and we corroborated that the alleged assault never occurred. So there was no arrest made. There was a report written, but the allegation that Mr. Fairfax made in January that Mrs. Fairfax assaulted him was proven to be untrue.
Does the nature of who's involved here, like how does that play into it?
Well, certainly this is a high-profile family. At one point in time, I think it's fair to say that Justin Fairfax, before he was lieutenant governor, while he served as lieutenant governor, and even afterwards, was a rising star politically, not just in Northern Virginia, but in Virginia. So it's high profile in nature. It's tragic in nature. Certainly a fall from grace for a relatively high profile family that seemingly had a lot of things going in their favor. So tragic for the children to lose both parents. Extra tragic for them to actually be in the home when it occurred. So yeah, there's a lot going on, and our victim services division, like they always do, is leaning into the family, the surviving relatives, the children in particular, and we'll do everything we can for that. So our detectives have gathered that. Certainly, there's enough cameras inside the home that we're able to corroborate some of that. But the one of the children was the 911 caller just after midnight. So he described some things to us as well that we've since corroborated. And I think I heard one question about what do we know about the gun? I don't know anything about the gun yet. The same gun that Mr. Fairfax used to kill his wife seems to be the same gun that he used to kill himself.
Okay, I'm going to pause it right there. So before we go on, I didn't realize that the kids, oh Lord, I can't even imagine what they've been going through. So love, thoughts, and prayers to the families, of course, especially their children.
And the children in the house, Delta, and hear the gun go off twice. The children scared. They don't have an idea what's going on. And whatever they served him, I think it supposed to have been some kind of, I heard today, it's supposed to have been sexual assault like some years back. I seen it when it was in the thing. I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, it set him off. And I don't know if he went to her and tried, I don't know, but somewhere in his mind, this man a lieutenant governor, somewhere in his mind, he couldn't live with it. And I'm telling women now, if that ever happened to you with your husband, your boyfriend, whatever, try to calm him down immediately. No matter what it is, tell him, no, we get through it, we get through it. Don't tell him no, we can't get through it. No, I hate you. Don't do that. I'm not saying she did that, but don't do that. Talk to him and look, we're going to psychiatrist together. We're going to work this out. Whatever. Even if you leave him, tell him, I'm still going to work it out. But don't tell him none of that right then because you're trying to talk him down. He's already up there. He's already triggered. So don't push the trigger. Always, Delta, try to talk it down. Do your best to talk it down.
You're absolutely right. And you're also right about just Trump and the effect. I'm just thinking, as I'm watching the clip, I was thinking about everything that you were saying, right? And it's like, I know people personally that struggle with mental health. And I know since he's been in office, a lot of them don't have their checks anymore, are not getting their meds anymore.
Big part.
If you don't know people that are going through that, then you're not going to know. If you're uppity and you're not associated with people with Medicaid or even some of the, what do you call it? Marketplace insurances, you know what I'm saying? He came through and a lot of that stuff changed. And if you're a mental person, you don't have enough mental capacity to remember to get to an appointment. You don't have an address to check your mail and different stuff like that, right? So when Trump came in, all of that stuff got shifted and moved and budgets got cut and all that kind of stuff. So as I'm watching the clip and I'm listening to everything that's going on and it just, all of that stuff was going through my mind. It really is. He
messed up SNAP. He moved SNAP. He moved Head Start. He took the food stamps. He took over 20 million people off insurance. He gutted everything. He gutted about billions of dollars and gave tax breaks to the billionaire.
Let's not even talk about eyes. I know some women personally that were here working 30 years on a visa and had to leave.
Just like that.
Just like that. And sell everything, 30 years worth of stuff just because they tried to go get their driver's license.
Yeah.
When ICE came. And you know, at the end, not to say that I don't like Mexicans, but when I thought it was just happening to the Mexicans, it wasn't affecting me as when I saw a Haitian lady going through that. You know what I'm saying? It hit different when that happened, and it made me look at things a little different. You know, he definitely is driving America crazy. When you're broke,
there you go. When your money is funny, your attitude gets really, really bad, understanding bad. That's why most couples break up anyway. It's because of financial issues.
That's right. That's right. Because don't nobody want to lay up broke, and don't nobody want to feel like doing nothing broke, and and that doesn't stop a man's drive, and then it goes back to what Dr. Jeremiah was just saying. It's lust.
Out of 100% of the people in America, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how Miss Captain knew this. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. In 5 years, 89% of the people divorce because of money, and they don't know why. Money is there. So before y'all get married, or before y'all be boyfriend, girlfriend, get the money straight from day one. How much you got? How much you got? What's your credit score? What's your credit score? What we gonna do? How we gonna work together? How we gonna profit each other? Stop talking about how we gonna lay together and see how we gonna play together and play up and help each other make money. And one day we have residual, but we have to work all our life. Stop talking about getting into bed and getting each other's head. And deal with the woman and with her giftedness, whatever she may have, and deal with yours and see if y'all compatible where y'all can work together and be victorious and successful. And if y'all can't, don't do it, because all y'all gonna be is freak partners. That's it. So you don't want to do that. You want to grow together. Charlie Wilson of the Gap Band. Charlie was on drugs, and she left the halfway house making $25,000 more a month. She went with Charlie, spent millions of dollars on Charlie. Everybody ain't gonna have that kind of money. And she brought him back. We got her son, Mike, the manager. Now Charlie worth 50, 60 million. She took care of Charlie. Women can do that. Y'all have that kind of power. Y'all can bring us from darkness to light. Sister Tyler took Miles Davis and cleaned him up. He was a drunk. Women have the power to clean up a man if he want to be clean. You can't clean him up unless he want to be clean. So again, and man, you have the power to help clean a woman up if she want to be clean. So again, we have the power from God, and it's in us. God is not in no sky, he in us. He the supreme being, we the human being. The being is the B-E-I-N-G, where he blew his essence into us. If God were in us, we wouldn't be alive. He's the life giver. And that's the buffoonery and foolishness coming out to church, got us scared in the sky. Ain't nobody up there, man. Stop. Look in the mirror. And God is right there in you. Greatest heat is in you than heat is in the world. So they done tricked us, got us scared in the sky. And that's why most people can't find God, because they don't even know God is in them. We have to wake up and study to show ourselves approved. Delta, the Bible say that our people are destroyed. Why? For the lack of knowledge. We have a devil sitting on one shoulder. We have an angel sitting on the other. Both suggest us all the time. We must learn to be wise enough to recognize the voices and follow the angels. There's a positive and negative side, Delta, of every situation. But we always look at one side and regret ourselves saying this. We must pray, work, sacrifice, and study. We seek refuge from the Lord of men, the God of men, from the evil of the whispering devil who whispers into the hearts of a man and the jinn. The puppeteer and the puppet. Almost over 80% of the people in America have become robots and puppets because we are not following God. We are following America. We're following the world. And that's why in Revelation 12:9, God said the devil should deceive the whole world. And only a few of us is going to come out of this. Stop following America. Stop following Donald Trump tonight. Stop following J. Edgar Hoover. Stop following naked women in these clubs. Stop following the hunter in the game. The woman in the game, you the hunter. Stop. Get you a woman of God, brother. And honor her. Protect her. Invest in her. And she invests in you. And you two become one. Not one this way, but one in the spirit. Not unison, but unity. This is unison, stand by side. This unity. We have to wake up, Delta. We need a psychosocial assessment and a dynamic. We tore up from the floor up. I end with this. We seek refuge from anxiety and grief. We seek refuge from the lack of strength and laziness. We seek refuge from cowardness and niggardliness. We seek refuge, being overpowered by debt and oppression of man. All I suffice to me what is lawful. Keep away from me what is prohibited. And without grace, make me free from what is one beside God. We love telephones, iPhones, tennis shoes, Chanel purses, labelistic, Grand Theft 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, Xbox. We do this every day, all day, but we'll never, Delta, pick up God's book and study the Bible and stay in Proverbs for 1 year. And Psalms. Psalms is praise and worship. Proverbs is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and joy. Pastors, please walk with me. Get your people in Proverbs where they can have wisdom. And after a year, they stay in Proverbs. When they come out, they'll be able to understand the rest of the Bible. Come on, pastors. Most of what you're teaching don't work because a lot of y'all on faith-based madness. And you know it's 3 things you can't teach them. And one day we'll play it again. So again, Delta, it has trickled down. Donald Trump has took all the money. He has created a problem in America. And God is very upset with the Republicans because they have not impeached him and had a state of emergency and moved this man. This man is dangerous. He's narcissistic. He has lost his everlasting mind. I end with this scripture. The scripture say in Romans 1:24, 25, 26, 27, 28, professing to be wise, yet he become a fool. Who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship the creature instead of the creator. That's Donald Trump. He wants the people to worship him instead of God. And when they asked him, was he going to heaven? He said, not me. He already knows he ain't going to heaven. He know he going to hell with a gasoline jacket on, and he going to try to get men up into fire. The devil say, I'm going to and fro, seeking who I may devour. That's Donald Trump. He's the Antichrist. I debate with anybody. Anybody in the Republicans, any pastor, anything they want to put up, house, car, money, and I'll be the winner. Donald Trump is an anti-Christ. And he's going to have most of the people in America in a crisis because they're not following God. They're following the Trumpernate. And they got to come out of him and come back to God. Thank you.
Thank you. And that's a great segue into our next clip. But before we go on to that portion of the show where we're going to focus more on the politics of the day, if a man or a woman finds themselves in they don't know they're in danger. That's my question to y'all. They don't know they're in danger. What are the signs that they should leave? It's over. I can't fix you. I've tried to be supportive, but this just is not working. Minister.
Yes, I'm trying to see my Facebook now is up here. I turned mine off because something was wrong with it. It wasn't. I'm gonna go to TikTok because it wasn't getting enough people here.
Okay. Delta, what do you think the signs are? Where did you go? Where'd you go? Okay, so what we're going to do at this point while everyone is adjusting, we're going to go ahead and just take a brief break so you all will know what the Johnny Binder Show is about. We're going to come back and we're going to answer these burning questions that I have because I want everybody to be safe and accounted for. And we'll come back and we'll jump right back into it. Also, man, y'all hit us in the chat. Let us know what you're thinking. I have a few out there that have, no matter if you're listening on the Johnny Binder Show platform or Let's Be Honest or Kingdom Culture, drop us a comment. We want to know what you're thinking. How are you doing out there today? How are you feeling? So we'll be right back.
Helping me, Captain, all the rest of us, save lives.
Listen to me.
So that y'all celebrate us and help us open up vocational schools and save our kids and our kind. You don't want to do that. You want to sit in the back like a house nigga, a fool, and do what you do. Because I anybody come against me, God is going to destroy them. I can name all the people that come at me. God has destroyed them, have created problems in their family. So again, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm saying to you is that the black woman is the mother of earth. She has melanin in her skin, right here, melanin. The sun is her friend, not her enemy. Yeah. Yeah. Listen to me. Yeah. 90% of your crew is snitching. Get out the game. Whatever money you got, open some kind of business. If you're not open, then to do what my partner did. He gave his money to the restaurant owner. Now he rich because the restaurant owner paid him every month. He invested like $500,000 with it. And now he out of Galveston. So now he get rich. Him and his wife got a big home. They come out of Texas University. If you ain't an entrepreneur, invest your money with Willie D or with Catherine, whoever doing business. With me, I'm going to build 90 townhouses. I need 2.5 right now. So again, invest your money with somebody you can trust. Get out the game. If you don't get out the game, you're going to prison. And 85-90% of the time you do, when you get out, you be dead. Yeah. It's not worth it. So it's Johnny Biden talking to you. Listen to me. Yeah. And we are back. Thank y'all. Sorry, y'all. My computer is doing something funky. Captain, I'm sending you something that's going to shock you. That's going to be hard to do. It's going to shock you, sister. Okay, well, I'll be waiting for that. It's the remains. It's the remains of something. Here it comes. And I don't know if we're going to show it tonight. It's the remains of people that took a bunch of people's life and the government found it. Cap Galil sent it to me. This is what messed with mental health. All this taking people's lives and stuff. We probably do another segment on that. So let's go. Okay. Hey, Delta. Clip that is focusing on that as well, but we'll go ahead and I'll play it before the end of the show, maybe after this, so we can stick with pressure everywhere, mind, manhood, and the system. I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the screen so we can find out what's going on in the world today.
Mystic outlook on peace talks with Iran, telling one news outlet it's possible this now 6-week-old war will be over by the time King Charles visits later this month. And Tuesday saying a new round of negotiations could be happening over the next 2 days.
Those discussions are being had, but nothing is official until you hear it from us here at the White House. But we feel good about the prospects of a deal.
But the main sticking point, Iran's nuclear program. Trump says the country must agree to end its ambitions.
Well, first of all, if they don't, we're not making a deal, okay? So there's no deal. This whole thing is really about no nuclear. They cannot have a nuclear weapon.
Today, a Pakistani delegation landed in Iran as part of a push to facilitate a second round of talks. While the administration focuses on ending the war in Iran, the president is ramping up a clerical clash with Pope Leo, a staunch critic of the war. The president saying he's not a big fan of the Pope, and today reposting this AI-generated image of the president hugging Jesus Christ. It comes just days after he removed another AI picture showing Trump as a Jesus-like character. That post drawing criticism from even his supporters.
I think the Pope is taking a position that comes straight from the Bible and his liturgical teachings, and it's never really a good look for politicians to cross swords with popes. Very seldom ends well.
But Vice President J.D. Vance, a Catholic, cautioned the pontiff.
If you're going to opine on matters of theology, you've got to be careful. You've got to make sure it's anchored in the truth.
Pope Leo says he's not afraid of the president, and today continued his tour through African nations.
Although we have different beliefs, we have different ways of worshiping, we have different ways of living, we can live together in peace.
This afternoon, the Senate voted on a war powers resolution that would block any U.S. military operation in Iran until Congress gives their approval. But just like other votes on this issue, it failed, largely along party lines, with one Republican voting for and one Democrat voting against. Gary Grumbach, NBC News, Washington.
So I'm going to pause it there, Minister. What y'all think about the new AIs? With Jesus giving Rumpy a hug.
Go right ahead, Delta.
Can't hear you, Delta. Mm-mm.
Go out and come back in.
Okay.
Okay, y'all be able to speak now. Delta?
No. Mm-mm.
Tell her go out.
Yeah, she's
come back
gone.
in.
Yeah, she's gone. So
lady, that was it's just crucial what's going on. And the Trumpenites are not following the law. And the war should have never started. And he had the nerve to ask for $200 billion. When people in America are starving to death, losing their places, eviction notices, losing their cars, people breaking up everywhere. They eradicated no money. Domestic violence, alcohol. Mr. Trump, it's you. You done made it worse. So you need to get a standing ovation. You done made it worse.
Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
yes,
Yeah.
much better. Thank you.
You want to say something, Delta? We listening.
Yes, much better.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Appreciate you, Minister. So first of all, I want to say that he
Delta,
wasn't.
yeah, you're gonna have to mute one of your devices.
First of all, I want to say that he wasn't hugging Jesus Christ. That is not Christ. I did not see no
You know
bronze.
what I mean.
Okay. That's first of all, I want to clarify that because everybody does not know that. We think that everybody knows that that's not the real Christ, but people really don't know. We still have sleep, deaf, and dumb people out here. Okay. So I want to say that first. First of all, that is not Christ. If you go into Revelations 14:1, I believe so. If I'm wrong, somebody check me in the comments. But I think if you go to Revelations 14:1, you will see what Christ really skin color really looks
Hair
like.
like lamb wool. Hair like lamb wool.
Feet like
like burning grass. Eyes like burning fire. Yeah, brown eyes. Brown, not blue.
Okay. That's right. So first of all, let's get that clarified. Now, second of all, I think that Trump, the world is right now, currently in the time that we're living in, the world is a stage. Trump is the main actor. Everyone else is falling for it, buying triple price tickets to the circus. I'm sick of them. Now, at first, I was like, okay, I'm sick of hearing everybody talk about Trump. I'm this, that. But I'm watching him start wars for no reason. The Epstein files going crazy, and everybody want to know why you're having threesomes with 10-year-olds and 13-year-olds, and now we have a war, right? The poor people are suffering because we're the ones that are paying all the high prices for everything. In the hood, grocery prices are crazy. Like you said, we're going back to the mental health. It's driving everybody crazy. It's a domino effect. Everything is happening, and he definitely has proved himself to be a source. Now, I am a person that at first did not care what he was doing, but now I am watching him. I am consistently watching Dr. Jeremiah talk about him and reveal things about him. I have been listening to you talk about him For years now, at least 2 years now, I've been listening to Trump, and now I have to tell you that a lot of people owe you an apology because everything that you have been saying for years is coming to pass.
And I know, Minister, I want to jump in. I want to say something real quick about the portrayal of white Jesus in the pictures. I honestly think that that's an agenda play because they got to come back and reinforce their version of what they want us to accept.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because with
The world's a stage.
There were a lot of information coming out about the true nature and identity of Jesus Christ not being a white man. And it just seems like this narrative is put on display to reinforce that. I just wanted to say that before we move forward.
Everything that your grandmama told you about the end times and what to look for and what the Antichrist will do and what everybody, this is happening right now. It's happening. We're living it in real time. We're watching it. We're watching the world crumble. And I remember that bleached blonde dummy, Bondi, said, if we prosecute everybody on the Congress, then there's not going to be, okay, well, let it all burn. Burn the whole house down.
If everybody is going to be gone, let all their asses be gone.
That's right. Off with their heads. He's the main one. Just like they put our ancestors on the block and had the whole town laughing with popcorn, ready to freaking watch us get prosecuted. I want to see that with them. I want all their heads on a platter. Off with all their heads.
All right. Well, we're going to move in because I know the minister, like you said, Delta, is making a lot of people wake up, and some people are reevaluating their thoughts on Trump and everything that's going on with him. And one, to our surprise, was Mr. Stephen. Was Mr. Stephen Smith, Stephen A. Smith. I almost forgot to do his last name, but Mr. Stephen A. Smith, because I never said, and I was shocked by this one myself. So we're going to check this out.
Let's check it out.
I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor, and had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And only the fake news could come up with that one. So I just heard about it, and I said, how did they come up with that? It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better, and I do make people better. I make people a lot better.
You don't believe that, right?
Nobody believes that.
Here's the scary thing. Let me bring Stephen A. Smith in right now. It's not that is just an absurd explanation, but he really thinks people are going to believe him, and that he can just blame people like me for pointing out what's obvious. That we have to twist it to make it not a doctor? The person who made the painting says it's Jesus. That's how Jesus is depicted when he comes back again. That's the red and white tunic that he has. But Stephen A., what am I missing about this?
Nothing. You're not missing anything at all. He's a pathological liar. Let's just call it what it is. He's the president of the United States. I don't mean to get that way, but my God, the lies just continue to just flow out his mouth, flowing flippantly off the tongue with a level of just seamlessness that's incredibly alarming. He posted the picture. We all know what it is. And we all know how he believes he's somebody who should be deified, even in his diatribe, where he's highlighting fake news. What did he say? You know, it points out, I'm looking at I was depicting myself as a doctor. And obviously you see, you know, with my hand on the forehead, it's me healing somebody, helping. And I think I have done that. This is what he believes about himself. And he has millions of people who have co-signed on that belief. He believes it's them about believing everything he says. And at one point in time, a lot of us believe the same. The difference now, Chris Cuomo, compared to times in the past is that it's slowly but surely eradicated before our very eyes. Before, there was a strong belief in him. Then there was, okay, we don't believe it, but who cares? That's really not that big of a deal. There's bigger fish to fry. So what, he's lying about that? It doesn't mean much at all. Then the Epstein file situation and other things came to light, and obviously you had people on the right complaining about that. So they vehemently have spoken out against him, which is incredibly alarming to him and his base, because that's not something we're accustomed to seeing them do, at least since 2016. And now it's a situation where you can look at it from a perspective of maybe he's trying to formulate some kind of distraction because of what's going on with Iran, what's going on with Israel and Hezbollah. He could have a litany of things or reasons as to why he's doing what he's doing in terms of bringing attention and veering it away from that stuff to something else. But in the end, it's clearly an effort to appease his base, whether comedically or seriously, giving them this impression that he's more than what he truly is, because things are simply not getting done at the speed that he swore it would get done. And as a result, it's his way of saying, hold on, it's me. I got you covered. Don't worry about it. Eventually, everything will be just great, just fine. But we know he's lying.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.
He trying to get Stephen A. Smith is trying to get off the list. He's trying to get off that coon list. I might actually have to play the real applause.
To see Stephen A. Smith stop being a coon. I want to tell Mr. Stephen A. Smith, we accept you back. Come on home like the prodigal son. Let us give you your feast, your party, your ring, your robe. Come on back, brother. We glad you're back. You prolific, you smart, you powerful, you're a millionaire, and some black, beautiful woman, if you're not already married, is going to be out there to marry. So come on back home. I know you ain't going to get no snow bunny, so don't go there. So get somebody to look like your mother. So come on here, and let's come on the show. I think the number right on here somewhere. If it ain't, let me give it to you, Stephen. 281-896-8215. Come on over here. I'm Johnny Bond. I was the biggest gangster in the state of Texas. Now I work direct for God. I'm doing my movie, The Redemption of the American Gangster, where I can bring young people, millions of young people, out the street and bring them back to God. If God done it for me, Delta, Catherine, he can do it for you. So again, I honor that young man for coming back home and getting out to bed with them filthy people. Delta, Catherine.
Mike, you get feedback on your mic.
Go out, come back.
Mike, it's like a lot of feedback. We can't hear you. Okay.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, we have some more to do tonight. We got about 30 more minutes, so I want to go and get into it. Let's get some more tapes out. Let's go.
All righty.
I want Midas touch. I want to see what he got.
Okay, hold on just a
and
moment.
then that white lady, I think Delta coming back. Let me see. She gonna be able to talk. Something wrong with her connection.
Yeah.
Delta?
Let me see.
Unhook your stuff. Unhook your thing.
Yeah, because we can't hear you. Say there you go. Okay. So we'll go ahead. We'll go with the Midas touch, and says furious Pope strikes back at Trump after death threat, after unaliving threats. We'll put it that way. I didn't know it had gotten that serious, Minister. Didn't know they were.
Wait a minute, with a life threat. What happened?
Yeah, furious Pope strikes back at Trump after unaliving threats.
Oh my God.
I didn't know it had gotten that serious.
I want to hear what he said to the Pope. I want to hear this. Come on, let's go.
Pope Leo XIV is furious at Donald Trump and his despicable regime of war criminals. Pope Leo XIV is in Cameroon, where he gave his most powerful speech yet, striking back at Donald Trump and Hegseth and the entire regime. This comes on the same day that Pope Leo XIV's brother in the United States just received death threats as Donald Trump and his regime continue to attack the Pope. Donald Trump sends proxies on American media to attack the Pope, and now Pope Leo XIV's brother is getting death threats. Now, this also comes as Pope Leo XIV is believed to have been getting death threats directly from Donald Trump and Trump's regime of war criminals. It has been reported that in January, the Trump regime summoned Pope Leo XIV's top ambassador to the United States and said that we will turn this Pope, we will turn this papacy into the same papacy in the 14th century where the French killed the Pope in Avignon, the Avignon papacy. And that's what we're going to do to Pope Leo XIV if you don't get in line. If he continues to criticize Donald Trump, if he's not going to show up to the American 250th anniversary, if he's going to continue to be critical of what we're doing, yeah, you remember the what happened to the French in the 14th century? That's what we're going in Avignon. That's what we're going to do here. So Pope Leo XIV, though, is not afraid. He's not deterred at all. In Cameroon, he just gave this speech moments ago where he called out. This is what he said. He said, "Blessed are the peacemakers, but woe to those who manipulate religion and the very name of God for their own military, economic, or political gain." And obviously, he's talking about Trump and Hegseth and J.D. Vance. Vance converted to Catholicism. Watch Pope Leo XIV moments ago in Cameroon. Let's play it.
Jesus told us, "Blessed are the peacemakers, but woe to those who manipulate religion in the very name of God for their own military, economic, or political gain, dragging that which is sacred into darkness and filth." Yes, my dear sisters and brothers, you who hunger and thirst for justice, who are poor, merciful, meek, and pure of heart, you who have wept, you are the light of the world.
And then he doesn't stop there. Pope Leo XIV talks about how the world is being ravaged by a handful of tyrants. I think he's focused on Trump and Putin, but here, play this clip. And Netanyahu, here, play this clip right here.
The world is being ravaged by a handful of tyrants, yet is held together by a multitude of supportive brothers and sisters. They are the descendants of Abraham, as numerous as the stars in the sky and the grains of sand on the seashore. Let us look into each other's eyes. We are this immense people. Peace is not something we must invent. It is something we must embrace by accepting our neighbor as our brother and as our sister.
More from Pope Leo XIV. He talks about the masters of war pretend not to know that it takes only a moment to destroy. More powerful words. Here, play this clip.
The masters of war pretend not to know that it takes only a moment to destroy. Yet often, a lifetime is often not enough to rebuild.
I'm going to pause it right there just so we can give you a chance to elaborate. Delta, what do you think about the Pope's words? Okay. Delta's going to adjust her volume. Minister?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's sad that it's just so wonderful that the Pope is man enough to intelligently speak. You got it so cold in here that I'm freezing me, baby. The Pope is doing a great job. The Pope is doing God's job, and he's speaking truth. I'm not a Catholic, but the Pope is speaking the truth. And the truth will set you free. And that's what it is. I mean, it don't make sense that the administration would make a statement about somebody took a life, a Pope life back in the days, and try to make that, I don't know if they're trying to make that relevant or what. Catherine, I need to talk to you. When they just read that a while ago about what happened to a Pope, what was the relevance to that? What were they saying?
At that time in France, they were beheading. They beheaded one of the popes. So they just used that as a veil.
Who brought that up?
Trump. Well, I'm not gonna say Trump. Allegedly, somebody in his camp.
My God, that's detrimental, my beloved. That's a direct terroristic threat. Directly. That's completely out of order. Come on, let's hear the Pope. Come on. I want to hear the Pope now.
Okay, here we go.
I ain't never want to hear the Pope. I want to hear him now.
Oh, wow. Give me just 1 second. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Pope speaking the truth. I'm going with him. Tick tock. What you doing, baby? That's what I'm talking about. Almost 100 people already. I'm going to TikTok. I was on Facebook.
Yet the resources needed for healing, education, and restoration are nowhere to be found.
I'll just share with you another angle of this speech right here, where you can just see how loud and passionate this speech is in Cameroon and how fired up the people were there. Let's play this clip. Now,
Suffering by your community has only made stronger your conviction that God has never abandoned us. In God, in His peace, we can always begin anew.
Obviously, one of the people Pope Leo XIV was talking about is Pete Hegseth. And today, Hegseth was justifying the war crimes committed by Trump and Netanyahu by citing sermons, by citing the Pharisees and saying the media is like the Pharisees who went after Jesus. And he goes, when I was at church this weekend, it's just fascinating because I'm thinking how the media here that does fake news, they're like the Pharisees and they're like the people who attack Jesus. So now comparing Trump to Jesus, this is what is happening in this really religious extremist regime, war criminal regime of the Trump regime. Here, play Hegseth's clip right here.
This past Sunday, I was sitting in church with my family, and our minister preached from the book of Mark, the 3rd chapter. And in the passage, Jesus entered a synagogue and healed a man with a withered hand. The Pharisees came to watch. And as the scripture reads, they came to see whether Jesus, would heal him, or he would heal him on the Sabbath, so that they might accuse him. You see, the Pharisees, the so-called and self-appointed elites of their time, they were there to witness, to write everything down. to report. But their hearts were hardened. Even though they witnessed a literal miracle, it didn't matter. They were only there to explain away the goodness in pursuit of their agenda. As the passage ends, the Pharisees went out and immediately held counsel against him, how to destroy him. I sat there in church and I thought, our press are just like these Pharisees.
And then he just continues to say, nothing gets foisted on Donald Trump. Here, play this clip.
The idea of Operation Epic Fury, not a single thing has been foisted upon the President of the United States. President Trump makes his own decisions about the interests of this country and defending our interests, and then working with allies and partners, in this case, Israel, who's got a lot of will and a lot of capabilities, which we're grateful for.
And then just more whining from Hegseth from this press conference. And you can see why he's being called out, not just by Pope Leo XIV, but everybody. I mean, this guy is an absolute lunatic. Let's play this clip.
The hardened hearts of our press are calibrated only to impugn. I would ask you to open your eyes to the goodness, the historic success of our troops, the courage of this president, and this historic moment for a deal that could end the Iranian nuclear threat. The incredible battlefield victory laid before your eyes. The not one, but two incredible rescue missions, miracles.
And meanwhile, you have all of these MAGA Republicans attacking Pope Leo XIV and saying, oh, you deserve to be ridiculed by Donald Trump. You deserve to have Donald Trump, because Trump's been saying Pope Leo XIV is, was a bad pope and he better get his act together or else. And of course, threatening Pope Leo XIV's life, as I mentioned before. And that's what Trump's been doing every day. Attack on Pope Leo XIV. And then Donald Trump has sent his proxies now to attack Pope Leo XIV. And by the way, now Donald Trump and his regime, they have abruptly canceled millions of dollars worth of contracts with the Catholic Church. For example, that shelter and care migrant children who enter the U.S. alone. The U.S. government has abruptly decided to end more than 60 years of a relationship with Catholic charities in the Archdiocese of Miami. The Archdiocese of Miami services for unaccompanied minors have been recognized for their excellence and have served as a model for other agencies throughout the country. Here is Elise Stefanik, Catholic, and she's like, of course Donald Trump's going to attack the Pope. If you get political, Pope, you deserve it. And the Pope's like, I'm not getting political. I'm literally talking about decency. I'm not even talking about Catholicism, right? I mean, Pope Leo XIV is like, empathy. Let's be loving. Let's not go to war. War crimes are bad, right? And then Donald Trump and his regime like, stop talking about us. Doesn't that tell you everything about this regime? Here, play this clip of Elise Stefanik.
I don't want to see the Pope as a politician. And, the president, we know his leadership style. He is going to stand strong for the American people. And the president of the United States is a political figure. Of course, he's going to be engaged in politics when he's politically attacked. I don't want to see the Pope get involved in domestic politics. What I think we can highlight as Catholics, for myself, is the increased number of new Catholics entering the church. And that's a great success for the Catholic Church long term.
Minister?
Lord have mercy. To speak against the Pope. And not only that, he's speaking the truth. God is the author of peace and not confusion. And Mr. Trump and his Trumpanites have been misguided from God. Donald Trump probably all his whole life. So again, it's nothing to play with. We got about 20 more minutes, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go to our next tape. I'm ready, Catherine. TikTok, you coming. You over 100 already. I know to come back to you.
So as we prepare to move on to our next tape for comment, I just wanted to say, do you think they don't care about the power of the Catholic Church? I know we don't really talk about it in mainstream a lot, and there's a lot of conspiracy theories that go out regarding the Catholic Church and the amount of wealth and power that they still have. Do you think that America is just choosing not to? I can't say America. Do you think this administration is just ignoring that? I'm going to take that as a yes. This administration is ignoring it.
No doubt about it.
Oh.
There's no doubt about it, man. I'm looking over here at my thing. It's sad. I can't believe Trump is trying this. He gonna have more enemies than he ever had in his life. Mess with John Pope. People ain't. That's the wrong thing to do. Come on, let's go with it.
Okay.
Bless Delta. She can't get a sound system right.
No, and I hate that, Sister Delta. Her streams are up, so her followers are still with us. She's still broadcasting on her platforms. So I thank you guys for hanging in there with us. Those that are watching us from the Black Tea or Let's Be Honest, thank y'all for joining us. And let's see, what can edify us next? I'm going to switch back to our angle today, because we were talking about the pressure and maleness. And again, April is Mental Health Stress Awareness Month. And this is just a few thoughts on that from Young Jeezy and someone else.
I have the perfect topic for us.
Tell them what it is today, yeah.
It's Black men's mental health. Black men are 4 times more likely than Black women to commit suicide. There's a lot of brothers out here that suffer anxiety, that suffer depression. When you look at some of the leading causes of death among Black men, homicide and suicide are near the top. With young Black males, homicide's in the top too. So this is what I grew up with a lot of fear and anxiety. Even though I didn't like it, those things kind of followed me into my adulthood. So where did it lead me? I winded up being divorced twice. Between 2013 and 2023. And along with those experiences, I experienced a lot of death. I lost both of my parents. I lost my brother. We were only a year apart. I lost 2 nieces, 2 nephews.
I didn't know that anxiety was a thing. I just thought that something was wrong with me. And as I started to get an understanding of what was going on, I started to get a grip on it. You know what I'm saying? I started asking questions. I started to, research things because I didn't know what I was going through. I couldn't explain how somebody who doesn't have any emotions explain to you what they're feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Are you in therapy?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
For how long?
For a couple years now.
And it's helped.
Oh yeah, man. Like that's it.
Because you talk with an awareness of somebody who's been to therapy.
But I was my own therapist for a while. Just so we know.
But it's crazy to realize, oh, I am depressed and
Yes.
I've been depressed.
Yes.
And I didn't even know
I was
that
depressed.
because this was my normal every day.
You don't have the wording for it.
I'll pause it right there, Minister. And I have a confession. So, having been in long-term relationships and things of that nature, I didn't really start to see men as actually having real feelings and emotions until I had to, until my teenage grandson came to live with me. That's when y'all men became fully fleshed out human beings to me, because of course I connect with him at a different level because that's my baby. So I'm interested in what he's feeling and what he's going through, and just watching him process his own emotions started making me say, oh, men have feelings. But I didn't understand either that y'all go through such lengths sometimes, maybe as a survival mechanism to hide your own emotions. And yeah, they hide them, fam.
It's I was telling your girlfriend at the beginning of the show, it's a Ponzi scheme and a pyramid. And these P's are running distractions at all costs, and Donald Trump don't care. But in the backfire, they're going to lose so many seats, and all Pope doing is speaking the truth. You got a problem with a truth teller? If you got a problem with Pope, then you're going to bring Father Flanger? You got a problem with Pope, you got a problem with most people in the world. They love that man. So again, he went too far again and again. I'm telling you what he's gonna do tomorrow. He losing it. And that picture is not no Jesus Christ. That's Michelangelo's cousin, Larry. So y'all stop playing them little childish games. Jesus don't look nothing like that. Absolutely nothing. Hair like lamb wool, feet like burner's brass, ass like burner's fire. That means we ain't got to go shoot nothing out but none of that. It's already there. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's stop this and let's get stronger. What we got next?
You didn't answer my first question.
What did you ask me?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was trying to hold it. Oh.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I must have missed it some kind of way. What did you ask me?
Yeah. Oh.
I'm asking you, we're on TV. I'm asking you.
I can't hold it. Okay. This is one for the blooper reels. No.
What did you ask me?
After playing that gentleman and young Jeezy, and they were saying how Black men are conditioned to mask their emotions. And I was saying that I did not realize that men had emotions because y'all do such a great job at masking them. And unless it comes out as anger. And I think that's what I was seeing most of the time. I didn't see a full range of emotions in a man until my grandson came to live with me. And that's when I was like, oh, y'all real, y'all people too. So I was just wondering, what are your thoughts on men being conditioned to hide their emotions or being taught to suppress them? Because I know a lot of men will say stuff about women being too emotional, but y'all are not emotional enough.
That's a fact. And we hide it. We put a face on it. And that's what society told us. But a real man, at 7 points, some go on, he'll cry. Only by the man don't cry. Well, if you don't cry, you're not a man. So it has everything to go with it. So again, a lot of people masking it because they feel like if they show that, then they weak. So they got to put that facade on. So again, that's what it is, Catherine. A lot of them, they want to tell it, but they feel like it's a weakness. Like the girl played gymnastics, the greatest ever played. She went on talking about it. She got a psychiatrist on her mental health and stopped flipping an ass. She got it straight.
Right.
Simone
Biles.
Yeah. And that was a great thing. And one day soon, we're going to play that and let them see her talking about it. And now she's in tip-top shape. But she had to let it go. And she had somebody to teach her how to let it go. So yes, ma'am, we masquerade and all that, but we're never going to show that. We just hope the men that's thinking about taking their life would come to us, come to whoever they can trust, where they can talk them down and get them to the psychiatrist as quick as possible. A psychiatrist that's been through what they've been through. But the psychiatrist never attempted to take their life, he's the wrong psychiatrist. You got to get a psychiatrist been where you've been, where they can understand you and meet you where you at. Thank you.
Thank you. So, fam, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and wrap this episode. I thank you guys for joining. If you are watching on replay, please drop your comments in. We want to know what you think about this show. And let us know how you're feeling, just in general, not even just about the show. We're interested in your good mental health and how you're regulating during these stressful times. So again, we are at Johnny Binder Show. That's at Johnny Binder Show on all social media platforms, including Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok. So you can catch us on all of those. If you're joining us on YouTube, thank you. Please hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you'll know when we go live. And yeah, we look forward to giving you more great content. Really hope you have today. And remember, if someone you know or you is suffering just from mental exhaustion, or you feel like you're in real crisis of a mental break, you can call or text 988. That is 988. They are available 24/7. So like Minister said, just hold on to hope. It's 1 minute at a time. You can make it 1 minute, you can make it 2. So just keep on. Our prayers are with y'all. And fam, as always, we love you and we're out.